Something weird I started noticing yesterday. See there? Looks like I have a little pond in my substrate. Started as a little pond about the size of that river rock that's on that piece of Indian almond leaf, but then overnight, gradually, it became this little pond. It's kind of cool. Actually, what I think it is, and it's always that same spot, what I think it is, here's the outflow from my filter, which comes down kind of here, I think. So maybe it just creates a current that ends up there and creates a little, removes the sand from the current of the outflow of the filter. It's kind of cool. At first I was trying to cover it up just to see if it would reform, but it keeps reappearing, so I think I'll just leave it there. And the fish have a little tiny pond. Well, here it is. It's about 7 a.m. on Monday. Each day I look at them, they look bigger to me. Some of them are still tiny. It's funny how they grow at such different rates. I know they hatched at different rates, but to see such variation, some of them are still so tiny they look like they just hatched a few days ago, but they haven't actually. They're 26, I think today is day 26, I'm not sure, gotta check. The oldest ones, 26 days old, coming on 4 weeks. But I love this. So what I'm going to do is, today I need to do the water change on the 20 gallon. Because normally my water change day for the 20 gallon is Saturdays, but I was kind of busy. And I was kind of busy yesterday with church and church stuff. And so today I'll do their water change, their weekly 50% water change. But yeah, so these guys are doing well. I'm gonna feed them in a little bit after I take my shower. I think I'll feed them maybe some frozen Daphnia and I've been grinding up with the mortar and pestle, fish food flakes, nano feed, bottom feeder pellets, but grinding it all up into a powder for them. Still at this stage, because they're still tiny. So they look pretty good. As you can see, yesterday I put in a lot of the water lettuce, well, all the water lettuce, but one of the big Amazon sword plants that I pulled out of my shrimp tank, mainly for the roots, because the roots draw up the nitrites and nitrates, but also the leaves are good for provide shade for them, but also, as you can see, sometimes they graze on the leaves. And so they're pretty lively this morning. But my little pond, that's kind of cool. Let's see, I'll try to show you the biggest one. I'm not sure which one's the biggest one, but it's hard to follow them because they're just so quick. But I'd say maybe the biggest one might be about 3/4 of an inch long now. Most of them are maybe up to 1/2 an inch. Half an inch to 5/8 of an inch maybe. But let's see. I think these guys at the top are kind of the biggest ones. I'm going to test the water later too to see how well it's holding up as far as the ammonia. I fed them some frozen baby brine shrimp mixed with ground up bug bites, which are an insect food formulated for bottom feeders as well as tropical fish. You can see the particles floating in the water.